contrast, tensions, paradoxes, juxtapositions. Professor Mostafavi from Harvard University spoke at First Arc in Perugia, showing how the tension that affects urbanization should lead a rethinking of every possible idea of city and urbanism. A drive through the contradiction of social and human tissue, focused on the research of possibilities to find new categories to interpret and change a world of scarce resources.
We are discovering that many of the new towns, new cities, the population are moving to smaller cities in these emerging countries. Therefore, it would be an incredible opportunity to have alternative kinds of plans for these cities. The problem is that people are moving very fast to these cities, but actually we don't have the knowledge, we don't have the resources, we don't have the infrastructure to respond to this condition. So two things happen. Either in some situations, people are just planning in the old way, and in other places there's no planning. People are just developing informal communities and there is very little infrastructure. We also, as designers, need to have new kinds of intellectual resources to address these issues differently. So we can't plan cities in the same way. So we now need to innovate and create new kinds of conditions for our design, and that is something that we are not always trained to do that because of the fact that, for example, now if you want to really do planning and urban design, you also need to, in a way, know about ecology and about materials and all that. You can do that in part through collaboration, but you actually need to have an understanding which then itself becomes transformative of the discipline. For me at Harvard, it's very important to speak about the research of the institution, not just the research of the individual professor, but really the research of the institution, and then there is a correlation between the research of the institution and the research of the professor. Hopefully there are reciprocities between those, and that means defining certain domains of expertise, of development of knowledge, and providing resources for those things to happen. And that's a very exciting but also very complicated challenge for institutions in the future.